Hey sports card fans, it's John, Boggs fan, back with another video. Hope you're all doing well. Before I get into the topic or subject of this video, I was attempting to go after card number 11 on my 100 cards for $100,000. I had found this really great looking card. I'm not going to say what it is, but for the grade I was looking at was an exceptional copy. Very well centered, bright colors. I really wanted that card. But the comps on it for the grade I was looking at was for around 150 bucks. And so I was willing to go up to 175, maybe 180, depending on, it was an auction, depending on where the bidding was going. But about an hour before the auction was going to end, it had already jumped up to $200 and finished at $230. So I wasn't even close with my what I thought was going to be an aggressive bid. So it's back to the drawing board. Keep looking for cards out there on my list in the grade or maybe even a grade lower, depending on the cost. But it seems that the best chances I have are for auctions. I'm seeing a lot of buy it nows for cards on my list in the grade I'm looking for or even a grade below that are just way above comps, just ridiculous prices. I mean, I've seen some that the buy it now price and not even a best offer are close to double what the card for that grade has sold for. So I don't want to say I'm frustrated. I knew this was going to be a long process, but yeah, back to the drawing board to try to find card number 11, but I will get there. All right, so for today's video, I decided to do a little something different. I've been showing off a lot of Boggs cards, top short print image variations, some vintage cards, and I have other cards that are in my collection. So I thought I would do sort of a bit of a rummage through some of my cards, and I decided on showing off some 1990s insert cards. And the group that I selected are, I think they're primarily from 1995 and 1996, Fleer and Ultra. This mid 1990s period it's interesting in terms of inserts and where it fits in the timeline of the hobby. Obviously, it's not vintage. That's primarily 1980 and older. So if it's not vintage, then it would be considered modern. Well, there's various stages of modern. I think there's the term now like ultra modern, maybe of cards for the last 5 years. Well, that leaves 1981 through 2016, 2017. I guess it's still considered modern, but that probably depends on how old you are and what you consider modern or vintage. I'm sure there's some younger collectors that this time period of the mid 90s for them could be considered vintage, because those cards may have come out maybe even before they were born. And even for some older collectors who are just getting into the hobby, they may not have been familiar with these cards. But also the mid 90s is an interesting time for inserts. Card companies started experimenting with some inserts, I think maybe late 90s, or late 80s, I should say, into the early 90s. But it wasn't until this maybe 94, 95, 96 period where card companies really started exploring in different ways, different printing methods, the use of foil and other, I guess, materials, I guess you could call it that. Foil came out with some pretty interesting and for the time, really cool inserts. And they only got better as the rest of the 90s continued and then into the 2000s. So I'm going to show off some of my 95, 96 inserts. I have pulled out, I had priorly pulled out some of the higher, more popular names like the Barry Bonds and Greg Maddux and maybe some Tony Gwynns and things like that. I think I may have done a video, it may have even been a year ago now, I'm not sure, a while ago. I did a video maybe where I showed off some of those higher end inserts from this time period, but in looking through them, there are definitely some Hall of Famers in there, and some other maybe lesser known players, some rookies at the time that were maybe some hot prospects that you go, who are they? Hopefully you'll find this interesting for longtime collectors. Hopefully this will bring back some memories of that time period. For newer collectors, regardless of your age, maybe these are cards that you've never seen before. And so again, hopefully you'll find these interesting. I don't know, maybe I'll do some more of these rummage videos depending on how well this one goes over. But yeah, I'm going to turn the camera around and show off some of my 1995 and 96 insert cards. Okay, just going to start doing just a random show off of some of these. I have these in different cases and stuff, so we're just going to start off here. Here's some from Flair Ultra. Trying to see what the looks like, maybe 1997. This is a Kid Gloves. Now, what I find cool about this card here, here's the Vlad Guerrero, Hall of Famer. Now, if you can make out, maybe it'd make out here that this is like an embossed card. So if you can see it, it's sort of sticks out from the card there, and on the back, maybe you can see there that it's indented. So really, really cool design there. So I have a Vlad Guerrero. Here's a Charles Johnson, Todd Walker. Here's an Alex Rodriguez. Here is a Artistic Talents. This one has sort of a, I don't know, like a matte finish to it. Frank Thomas. We have some Back to the Future cards. Jose Guillen. Another Jose Guillen. Mark Kotze. Another Mark Kotze. I didn't take out the duplicates here. So Hideki Irabu, he was pretty big for the Yanks back in the day. There's another one. And this one, if you may be able to see, this one is also sort of embossed. You can see the outline there, as well as the Back to the Future. And on the back, again, you can see it. There it is. So you can see the outline of the player there. So, got that. Let's see here. Scott Rowland. Some people think that he should be in the Hall of Fame. I think I have two of him. There we go. There's the other. Then we have some Big Shots. Now this isn't, these aren't embossed, but they have some shiny foil to them. You got Tino Martinez, Jim Thome, Hall of Famer, Manny Ramirez. There's a Barry Bonds. I think I have a second. Yep, there's another Barry Bonds. Jeff Bagwell, Hall of Famer. Albert Bell. Chipper Jones, Hall of Famer. Frank Thomas, Hall of Famer. Then you got these Double Trouble. So you got Barry Bonds and Jeff Kent. There's another one. Here we have Darryl Kyle and Jeff Bagwell. Juan Gonzalez and Ivan Rodriguez. Shout out to Mike, Baseball Collector. Jason Dixon and Darren Erstad for the Angels. Greg Maddux, Chipper Jones, two Hall of Famers right there. And I think I have another one. Yep, there's a duplicate. We got those. Here's a Rookie Sensations of Matt Morris. Kelvin Escobar. And we have a Diamond Standouts, Kurt Schilling. Kenny Lofton. And Barry Bonds. All right, so that's that stack right there. Let's see. We'll move over to this one. Again, this is just a random selection. This looks like it's a group of maybe 90, oh shoot, 95 Flair Ultra. So you have these home run kings, and in 95 Ultra, and I think maybe even 96, you could also get a further parallel of a gold medallion, and I'll have some to show off here where that Ultra logo has a gold circle medallion. Those are even harder to pull in the packs, but there's Jose Canseco, Crime Dog, Frigment Griff, Andres Galarraga. Here you have some award winners. Top Glove, Vaughn Rodriguez, Roberto Alomar, Jeff Bagwell, David Cone, another David Cone. I think they're both AL Pitcher of the Year. Yes, so that's a duplicate. All right, so you got those. Now we have some league leaders. There's a Kenny Lofton. And the American League has a different color background you'll see than the National League. But there's a Kenny Lofton. Randy Johnson. Another Randy Johnson. Lee Smith. Another Lee Smith. And here's the National League, so you can see the darker background. Tony Gwynn. Another Tony Gwynn. Hey, yet another Tony Gwynn. Craig Biggio, Hall of Famer. Another Craig Biggio. Andy Bennis. Another Andy Bennis. John Franco. John Franco. Now there's the gold medallion. Now this one here, it's silver. So sometimes the gold medallion per se, depending on the foil, this one's more silver. So you can see it compared to the base right there. It has the circle around it. So there are those. Now we have some, what are these? Second year standouts. Cliff Floyd. Chris Gomez, that's a gold medallion. Another gold medallion. I got back-to-back gold medallions of Chris Gomez. Too bad it wasn't a better player, but Rusty Greer. Another Rusty Greer. Darren Hall. John Hudek. Again, some of these I don't even remember. There's a Ryan Klesko gold medallion. Bill Risley. Yep, some of these didn't make it, but some did. Here is a, what is this? A all rookie. Joey Hamilton. Here's a Roberto Alomar All-Star team. Ultra All-Star. I'm not sure if that's the gold medallion version or not. Probably not, because this is a, this is a strikeout king. Mark Langston. And then we have a strikeout king of John Smoltz. So there's that little group there. Would be interesting to know in the comments as I go through these, if there are any that you find particularly interesting, whether it's the players, the design, you name it. All right, here's some from 96 Fleer. Got Lumber Company, and what's cool is it has a sort of a wood grain feel to it, and it's like embossed. It's sort of like a little rubber feel to it. It's maybe hard to tell in the camera there. I don't know if I can get it there. You can sort of see it. It rises up from the card there. But we got Manny Ramirez, Another Manny. Tim Salmon. There are those. Let's see what we got next. And these are some checklists. Now, the checklists, if I recall correctly, yeah, those are technically inserts. They're not a normal part of the set. So they were, I guess, short printed. But there's one of Chipper Jones. Here is a rookie sensation of Johnny Damon. Golden Memories. Lou Whitaker and Alan Trammell. And a duplicate there. Then we get into Smoke and Heat. Pretty cool design. David Cohn, Chuck Finley, John Smoltz, Todd Stottlemyre. All right, then the next one is Tomorrow's Legends. Charles Johnson, Rondell White. Then insert Road Warriors, Derek Bell and Manny Ramirez. And then we have some prospect cards here. We have Micah Franklin, got 2 of them. Todd Green, Chris Snopek, Shannon Stewart. He had I think a fairly decent career, maybe not a long career, but I remember that name. And then we have, let's see here, Postseason Glory. So we got World Series MVP Tom Glavine. And another one, ALCS MVP Oro Hershiser. Game-winning efforts, Randy Johnson. And I think I have another one. Yep, there's another one. And game-winning homers, Jim Thome. So that's that next group of cards. I got 2 more here to show off. We'll see if I can get these sort of centered here on the screen. Let's see here. We'll go with this one here. All right, this next group are 2 complete insert sets, and I believe the only way to get these were to send away, and I forget whether it was so many wrappers or what you had to do. Maybe it was just if you got one of those inserts with a contest giveaway or something. But the first one, I believe it's a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9 card set from 1995 Fleer called All Fleer 9. So I think it's the best in each position that Fleer came out with. So some really major stars in here. Cards aren't worth that much, but these weren't basically pack pulled inserts you had to send away to Fleer. So the first one is Mike Piazza. Pretty cool colors there. Then you have Frank Thomas, Roberto Alomar. So we got catcher, we got first base, Alomar at second, we got Cal Ripken at short. You got Matt Williams at third. Then Barry Bonds, I want to say right field, I think he played. You got Ken Griffey Jr., center field. And then left field would be Tony Gwynn. And then for the pitcher, you got Greg Maddux. So pretty cool lineup. You see Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, not Hall of Famer, good player. Should be one day we'll probably eventually get in the Hall of Fame. Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer. So nice, cool little set there. And the next one is National Pack Time. So again, I think this was maybe a giveaway. I don't know if maybe the set was given away at card shops or something like that. Maybe it's the precursor to the National Baseball Card Day or whatever it's called that they have at you go to your local card shop and get some inserts or stuff like that. But it looks to be that's 16 or 18 card set, I think. So anyway, let's go through them. We got a Frank Thomas, and these are ones that used, I think, somewhat previous card designs. I think this was maybe from 90. It almost looks like a 94 Donruss design. But there's the Donruss one of Frank Thomas. We have Matt Williams. That's an previous Ultra design. Then we have a Pacific collection of Juan Gonzalez. The one here, Bob Hamlin. Here's a Mike Piazza. Griffey. Bonds. Tim Salmon. Canseco. Ripken. Raul Mondesi. A-Rod. Will Clark. I loved his swing. He had one of the smoothest swings in baseball. Fred McGriff. Tony Gwynn. Kenny Lofton. Deion Sanders. And Jeff Bagwell. I'm trying to see what year. It's so hard to see. Looks like 1995. So this set came out in 1995. So it was a multi card company. Again, you got Donruss, you got Pacific, you got Upper Deck, you had Topps in there. So again, I think it's a fairly cool, I guess you can say, insert or mail away set. So here's the last group here. Let's see here. I'm going to just separate these into two. It's a pretty big stack. We'll go here. Just put these here for now. All right. These appear to be from 1997 Ultra. So we got this really cool. It's hard to tell with the foil. It's a Sammy Sosa. Hopefully it'll show up on camera here. If I can get it to. Maybe hard to focus with all that foil. See if it'll focus or not. Maybe down here. There we go. That's a little bit better. It's really hard to tell. There's so much foil going on. But it's a Season Crowns. Really cool card there. Again, the camera doesn't pick it up as well. Here's an RBI Kings of Sammy Sosa. Again, check out. The camera will. There we go. That really cool cutout of him against that almost like a tin foil background. Then you have some of these double troubles. Jim Edmonds, Tim Salmon. You got Ray Langford and Ron Gant. I'd forgotten Ron Gant played for the Cardinals. Then you have some rookie reflections. Somewhere I have the Derek Jeter for that one. I'm almost positive. But James Baldwin, Jermaine Dye, Darren Erstad. Another Darren Erstad. Another Darren Erstad. So you can see I collected a lot of Flair and Ultra in 95 and 96 with all these inserts. Todd Hollinsworth. Jason Kendall, the Pirates. Edgar Renteria. Another Edgar Renteria. All right, they're the rookie reflections. Then again, with these Ultra checklists. Come on, camera. What's going on now? Hopefully I can get it to focus. I think with all these cards I've put down, it's having a hard time. But these are, again, 1 of 10. There we go. 1 of 10. So these were inserts and not a regular part of the checklist. But you got Dante Bichette. You got John Smoltz. You got Sammy Sosa. Another Sammy Sosa. All right. Then these are really cool cards. I think I have one of Bonds and someone else that I pulled from this group. But there's a cool Season Crowns Randy Johnson and Edgar Martinez, 2 Hall of Famers. Then you have RBI King Derek Bell and Dante Bichette. And these are really cool ones here. Power Plus. I may have I don't know if I have the Barry Bonds of this or not, but again, really cool use of the foil. And again, for this time period, these were really, really cool. And I have one for Matt Williams as well. And again, I think these came in a gold medallion version, which were really hard to pull. Here is a prime leather. And again, if you notice, it's sort of embossed, both the prime leather there and the surface of the card. It's meant to have like a leathery feel to it. You know what I mean. But there is Mark Grace and Raul Mondesi. All right, so the remainder of this large stack here, and to finish off the video, we have some golden prospects. I think I have the Jeter somewhere, but this one is Yamil Benitez. Don't recall hearing of him. Roger Cedeno. Another Roger Cedeno. There's the gold medallion version. And Johnny Damon for the Royals. Now let's see. This next group here are called Fresh Foundations. Garrett Anderson. Another Garrett Anderson. Another Garrett Anderson. Another Garrett Anderson. Okay. Marty Cordova. Got a Brian Hunter. Another Brian Hunter. Ryan Klesko. Good player for the Braves. Of course, I hated him against the Mets, but Raul Mondesi. Another Raul. There is Manny Ramirez. Another Manny. Rondell White. Then I think we're getting into, some more checklists. We have Juan Gonzalez. Manny Ramirez. And on-base leader, Chuck Knobloch. I think I have the Barry Bonds of this. I think. Anyway, there is Mike Piazza. And Tim Salmon. Oh, Jim Thome. Okay, I thought that was it. And another Jim Thome. And this next one here, really cool. Again, has that, if you can see, has that sort of embossing to it. If you can make out, maybe you can see it on the back better there. But the sparkly foil there, respect, Eddie Murray. Cool card. Then you have, these are rawhide. And again, the feel is supposed to be like a leather glove. This is Roberto Alomar, and it's the gold medallion edition. And then there's a Kenny Lofton. And I'm trying to think who else I have in the rawhide that I pulled. There's a Mike Piazza. I don't know if it's Barry Bonds in this one as well. I'm not sure. I know I pulled a whole bunch of Bonds and like Maddox's. Here's some Rising Star. Garrett Anderson. Tim Salmon. Brian Hunter. And we finish it off with Hideki Nomo. Nomo Mania, if you remember that back in the day. Good player for a few years, and then I think maybe the hitters started figuring him out. But there you go. Just a little random selection of 1995 and 96 inserts from Fleer and Fleer Ultra. Let me know what you think. Again, interesting designs for this time period. I think some of the card companies started just experimenting with, again, you see a lot of foil, some embossing. Nothing really die cut yet. I think that started to make its way maybe in some 96 and 97 products. But yeah, let me know what some of your favorites are, or if you remember some of these players. That's all I have for you. If you like this video, would really appreciate a thumbs up. Until next time, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.